Good morning. We're live at Project Chimps in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia, and we're here today on a really exciting day when we have 5 former research chimps. These are all females. Will be going outside into our 6-acre peach tree habitat for the first time. We're here on top of the roof of their villa, which has been winterized with plastic to keep them nice and warm, but you can see a few of the female chimpanzees here. They have no idea what a fun day this is going to be for them. And of course we don't know if they're all going to go outside or if they're not. So we've got the Weather Channel with us here today. We're excited about that. And also I'm joined here by Kate and Sam and Laura, our manager of chimpanzee care. Kate and Sam have been working really closely with these chimps. So what are your predictions in terms of who's going to go out today?
My best guess is that it's going to be Lucky. That's the first one out. She's the most outgoing and most adventurous, so that would be my prediction.
I would agree with Lucky and maybe Chloe as well, because Chloe seems pretty adventurous. So.
All right, and any chimps that you think might be a little hesitant based on their personalities to go outdoors since it's so unfamiliar and it's kind of a scary day for many of them?
Maybe Betty. Betty tends to hang back more and be a little bit more cautious, so she might hang back a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with Betty.
And the ages the chimps are, can you name them and their ages real quick?
Sure. Chloe just turned 15. Harriet, Betty, and Lucky are all 15, and then Peniel is 18.
Perfect. So Peniel's the oldest, and just to give everybody a sense, it's wintertime, of course, here at Project Chimps. So the leaves are off all of the deciduous trees, but it's a beautiful sunny day, which is so nice that we have the Weather Channel here on, on a beautiful weather day. And we're looking at the roof, so we're going to see more of the security fence, which is a low voltage electrical fence that goes around for the safety of the chimps and our residential neighbors. That is a fence that I have touched. It's not fun, but it does not cause any significant damage. It's just a great deterrent. So this is the tunnel that attaches and brings the villa to the outdoor habitat. You see we've placed some apples and nuts and seeds on the benches surrounding. So I think we're pretty much ready to go, and we'll see what happens. We're ready when you are.
All right. This is Kate. We're going to be giving the DJ and 2 females access to the north habitat. Holly, whenever you're ready, you can push the button to open the tunnel.
Gonna take a look and see who comes out. One, 2, 3. You can see Lucky. Her light face. Lucky has vitiligo, which is a skin condition that people have and also animals have. All right, let's go see.
They're a very quiet group.
I'm going to squeeze in between you two if I can. This is great. So you can tell me who you're seeing.
Yeah, Chloe was the first one in the tunnel. She's at the end there. And I believe Lucky and Betty were right back there. Harriet is at the top of the tunnel there. So the only one we're missing is Peniel.
All right, so we're just about ready to open the door to the outdoors and see what happens. There's Lucky. You can see her right face, and here comes the door. Let's see what happens. And Lucky's the first one out. They were right. She got the apple. Lucky got the apple. That's great. So now the others are kind of watching to see. But Lucky, in the meantime, is off to the races.
Oh,
She's there to
Betty's the second one out.
Betty's the second one out.
Harriet's got her head out. And Chloe's right there with her. Oh, there goes Chloe.
Chloe's out.
What?
Harriet's not so sure. And oh, look at that. Lucky is going down.
It's been nice knowing.
Oh, that's exciting. Let's come around here. That's exciting. Look at that. Lucky is going down into the lower part of the peach tree habitat. It's a 6-acre outdoor habitat divided into 2 3-acre yards. And it's very, very brave of her to be venturing that far away from the villa to kind of check out what's down below. There are climbing structures down there, a few fire hose swings. And you can see 2 of her group mates are wondering if they should follow or if they should stay. This is Betty that's closest to us. Holly, I'm joined here by Holly and, say hi Holly, as well as Laura. Holly's one of our caregiver supervisors here who works with this team. Who else is out with Betty? And
Chloe is to the right.
Okay, so that's Chloe.
And we have Harriet about to take a step out. She has, I think she might, oh no, her feet are both up.
So Harriet is there in the doorway trying to decide if she's going to go.
Both her feet are still in the metal though.
And then that's Peniel, the oldest of the group, is waiting in the tunnel. So in the meantime, these females are going all the way down into the habitat, and that's pretty exciting. It looks like Betty has taken a security blanket with her in the form of a stuffed plush toy. So we'll have some team members that are over on different villas that can see this view a little bit better than what we can, but that's pretty exciting. So Harriet's outside. A little bit of screams of excitement there, nervous energy. And there, Peniel is out, so all of them have gone outside. That is so exciting. On the very first day the chimpanzees were outdoors in the peach tree habitat here, we saw some of the chimps adventure down into the lower part of the habitat. Many of them have stayed very close to the villa door, and in some cases, not all of them have gone out on their first opportunity. So this is pretty exciting to see them exploring and foraging. Got some little squeaks, but they're being pretty brave. It's interesting, the plush toy that Betty was holding on to has been left on the ground, and she is now exploring down near the water pond. And Holly, this is down here.
This is Harriet.
Harriet.
She's really close to Betty, so she's probably trying to see her around the corner.
Okay, so she's wondering where Betty is. And Peniel's kind of going in the other direction. Got the sunlight, but she's heading up, kind of following our fire hose ropes, and she's found some enrichment items. We have apples out there today, and nuts and seeds, but apples are the fruit. We are so lucky that we live in apple country here in the North Georgia mountains, and we have apples donated by local apple growers, including Mercier Orchards. So this is pretty exciting, right, Kate?
It is.
So are you surprised at all that she's that so many of the chimps have gone
Yeah.
down into the habitat?
Yes, I can't believe they're exploring that far away. Usually they tend to hang out closer. But the 3 of them just took off down there. It's amazing. Betty even brought her baby. We call it her baby.
Yep. And did you see that she let it go right
Yeah,
there?
she
on
dropped
the
it right
ground,
there.
so.
I feel like she'll probably collect it again. She's never got it.
Yeah. reassuring hug. Those are alarm calls that Harriet's issuing, right? Probably because she's far away from Betty, I think.
Yeah, it could be. The group tends to stick together a lot, so for them to be split up might be
Right. Now we can hear some cries coming near Cedar Tree Villa. And what's happening there, we're on the top of our Dorothy, Joe, and Tilly Villa, which is our villa number 2. And we'll come down here so we get a better look. And across the way is the villa where we now have a group of males and females fully integrated and living together. That's our Cedar Tree Villa, made possible by Billy Joe Armstrong and Adrian Armstrong, who are some of our founding supporters and board members. And so I think some of the other females that went down into the habitat probably came up near Cedar Tree. Oh, this is really sweet. Harriet has gone to the windows, where she sees some of the caregivers, and she's making a wrist-to-wrist content. We just heard, we can't see it, but we just heard that Lucky is climbing a tree, which is so unusual on a first day out because trees are very unfamiliar to the chimps. So that is really, really exciting news that Lucky has decided to climb a tree because she can here at Project Chimps. So now 3 of the chimps are reunited here in between the 2 villas. Now they're going to be walking up, it looks like, and I'm sorry we're shooting into the sun, so it's a little hard to see. We've got the chimps now going up together towards Cedar Tree, and that's pretty scary because they've seen other, in their first 30 days they're here in kind of a quarantine environment where they're kept indoors while we get to know them, they get to know us. We monitor their health and their behavior, and once our vet, Dr. Jim, gives them the thumbs up, then they go out into the habitat, which is really so these chimpanzees all came here from the New Iberia Research Center in southern Louisiana. We have a cooperative agreement with the New Iberia Research Center to retire all of their more than 220 chimpanzees. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but Lucky is starting to emerge from the forest. So she was down deep into the trees. So this group of 5 females came to Project Chimps just over a month ago with 5 males who are now living over across the way in Villa 4. Their turn will be coming up after the new year, and we can't wait for that day. But in the meantime, these 5 females are venturing toward the other chimpanzees in Cedar Tree Villa, and you can hear the reaction. Lots of excitement from the males and the females seeing these females out in the habitat for the very first time. Probably saying, hey, what are you doing out there in our yard? And in Cedar Tree, if you have not seen our stories on social media or on our website, we have now 6 males and 9 females fully integrated and living together in that villa. That's been a many months process of reuniting them. In the lab, they are kept separately in all male and all female groups. So it's very exciting that we now have an integrated group of males and females that's been done under the direction of our manager of chimpanzee socialization, Mike Sherish. So that's something that we look forward to happening here in Dorothy, Joe, and Tilly Villa. We're going to be bringing together Hercules and Leo's group of males along with Lucky and this group of 5 females, and that's going to start in the new year. So we're excited about integrating those males and females into a more cohesive group to live a little more naturally as chimpanzees do in the wild in what's called a fission fusion society. So I'm going to break away for a moment because I know it's hard to see here and check in with our executive director, Allie. Again, you're looking at the roof here of the villa, which is winterized with plastic to keep the chimps warm. let's go over and check in with Allie and see. This has been a pretty surprising day. This is Allie Krumpacker, our executive director, who's watching this all live with us. So pretty exciting to see.
Very exciting. I was just explaining to our guests here that we've had other chimps that on their first day out, they don't leave sight of their home. And these girls are just exploring the entire habitat. It's absolutely amazing to see. Not only are they exploring in the different areas, but Lucky went through the forest. And we have clear-cut paths, and most of the chimps actually stay on the clear-cut paths. But Lucky just dove right in, went through the forest, climbed through the woods, emerged from the trees, surprised all of us that she was doing that on day one.
And it sounds like she actually climbed a tree, at least some little bit. I heard that over here from our side of the villa, so it may be
I can't see that from my view, but I hope somebody got that on camera.
I know, I can only hope. Anyway, very, very exciting day, and we'll look forward to the day that this group is completely integrated with Hercules and Leo's group, which that'll be kind of a big deal for those adolescent males, won't it?
It will be, absolutely, because they're also one of the groups that doesn't go far away from their home, even after all these months. They enjoy hanging outside, but they stay close to the house, if you will. So it'll be nice to get them into a group that is already more courageous and exploring everything that there is to see.
And also socially, this is a younger group of males in this villa that probably has not lived with females.
Oh, absolutely not.
Before.
And Oscar and Cavoli are only 7 going on 8, so we can absolutely assure that they do not know what females are all about yet.
So they will be finding out.
Hopefully some of these older women will give them a good role model.
That's great. Thanks, Allie. And Allie raises a good point. We'll see the chimps coming back. It looks like they're coming back toward the villa. But one of the questions we get a lot is, as we're uniting male and female chimpanzees, is will we have baby chimpanzees? And our goal here at Project Chimps is to not perpetuate chimps in captivity, but to do that, the female chimpanzees are on birth control. The males are vasectomized at the lab before they come here. It is possible. There are oops babies occasionally at sanctuaries, but our goal is to not perpetuate chimps in captivity because they can live more than 50 years in captivity, and that's going to require a big commitment and a lot of support. So we're just excited to let them live out the rest of their lives here in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And given that we have chimpanzees right now that range in age as young as Allie said, with Cavuli at 7 years old, to our oldest chimp now, Alex, who made the same trip from Louisiana to Project Chimps with these females. Alex is 34, so there are still chimpanzees waiting. We have 59 chimpanzees total in the sanctuary today as of December of 2018, and more than 150 are still waiting to come. So that's why we are always asking for support of Project Chimps. There are very many ways to support us by underwriting one of our facilities here, helping us to underwrite our new Phase 2 expansion, which will create 3 more of the habitats like we have here. This is a 6-acre habitat with surrounding villas or chimpanzee houses. And so we're very excited now to have some initial designs on paper for our Phase 2 expansion, which will include 3 more forested habitats like this one with their companion chimpanzee villas. So that's really going to be the major push for us at Project Chimps next year, so that we can bring the more than 150 chimpanzees that are still waiting in the lab at the New Iberia Research Center into permanent sanctuary. But they are exploring all the way around the perimeter. Of course, they're making sure to catch every bit of the nuts and seeds that have been placed outside. And that's what chimps do. I'm going to ask Maddie, who I didn't tell I was going to put on camera, but she's so good at it. Maddie, talk a little bit about the chimpanzees and how they forage, right? They're out here foraging for nuts and seeds, and that's basically what chimps do a lot of, right?
Yeah, so when we do our initial releases, we like to encourage them to go out with an abundance of specialty foods and things that they really enjoy. And then we maintain that when we're inviting our chimps outside on a daily basis. So when we do our habitat checks, we spread as much as we can, and that encourages them to take the time to walk the entirety of the habitat and search around, and it mimics their natural behavior of foraging.
That's great. Thanks, Maddie. And one of the things that Maddie and our other caregivers do is, while the chimps are in quarantine, they bring around some of the plants that grow natively here in the habitat and expose them to it, so they know which of the plants are edible. There are many plants within the habitat that are edible, and what we've started to see is over time that the chimpanzees begin foraging for wild plants, and we saw that this summer. It was so exciting. We even have some wild berries out here, quite a few actually, and those became favorite delicacies of the chimps as they were foraging out in the habitat. I'm going to come around the corner here. Let's see. This was a, there we go, get a better view. This climbing structure was created with support of some of our volunteers. We're always happy when we can have large corporate volunteer groups come up from Atlanta, or groups that are visiting from out of town come in and help us for all day and sometimes all weekend events, where we go in and we'll clear any brush that might be unsafe or overgrown and build structures like this. Is this Betty? This looks like Betty to me. Coming back with a big green apple. And so she's thinking about having it. Nope, she's gonna have it outside. Looked like she might have been coming back in. There she goes. She's gonna enjoy that apple inside. Oh my goodness. Now, there you go. We have a chimp in a tree. Lucky is up in the tree. That is so exciting. Kate, you should come take a picture. This is too great. Inviting Kate to come over. Oh, she's off the tree, but that was so exciting. Kate, that's Lucky, who was just kind of alarm calling or announcing herself to the, you think to the males below us or to us?
It's hard to say what she's doing exactly. It kind of sounds like an alarm call, but
She doesn't seem agitated, so perhaps it's not, and just a big hoot of excitement. And she's joined there by, who's next to her on the right?
I believe that's Peniel.
That's what I was going to guess. So there goes Peniel, still enjoying the apples, and Lucky is going back down into the forest after climbing up that tree. That was pretty exciting to see. So right below us are the males that they are sharing the villa with. So that's Hercules and Leo's group of 9 males. These are young adolescent males. And so the groups right now are separated in the villa. Each has an indoor climate-controlled bedroom and as well as an outdoor kind of more open-air porch. It's almost like splitting a duplex down the center. Each group has an indoor-outdoor, and they can see one another. But this will be the first time that she would be looking back and seeing the male chimpanzees inside as she is outside. Usually it's the other way around. That was so exciting to see her go up a tree twice on her first time out. Let's see if she decides to go up that tree again, or she's just going to enjoy her perch at the top. No, I've lost track. Kate, is that Peniel that is walking up a little further?
Yeah, she's up there at the top.
So we've got another platform that kind of looks down into the habitat. And another climbing structure. And that behind them is Chimps Ahoy Villa, our third villa, which was made possible by Kat Von D. Some of our team members are up there. Cries of excitement are pretty fun to hear. We got very, very lucky today. It's a wintry December day, but it's sunny and beautiful, much warmer than it's been, which is why these villas are all winterized. So it's the perfect day for these chimpanzees to be going outdoors into the habitat for the first time. And we are very, very fortunate. This Peachtree habitat was made possible by supporter Marsha Perlman, who's also a board member. And it took many, many months to go through and really rehab this 6 acres and make it ready for chimps. And they've been enjoying it ever since the first day the chimps went outdoors here back in January of 2018. So it's almost been a full year that we've had the chimpanzees out in the forest. But it never is more exciting than a day like this when they're out for the very first time. These chimpanzees, we believe, were in research facilities. Some may have been used in studies. Some may have just been part of the breeding program for research. But regardless, I'm pretty confident they've not had the opportunity to be outdoors in a forest like this in their lifetimes. So now we have coming toward us, is that Chloe coming toward us, or is that Harriet?
Walking towards us.
Okay, so Harriet's coming toward us, and Lucky is up above, and Peniel is down below Lucky. It looks like Harriet's going to look out the window on the other side of the fence that surrounds the Dorothy Jo and Tilly Villa. So she just wanted to see, is there anybody out there? And there goes Lucky up the tree. Oh, how exciting. There's Lucky up in the tree again. Oh, that's wonderful. The tree is swaying under her weight, but she doesn't care. She is. She's enjoying herself. That's great. That is so exciting. The first chimpanzee to climb a tree here at Project Chimps was Latricia, the alpha female in Cedar Tree Villa. So it seems that so far the female chimpanzees have been a little more interested in tree climbing. We saw the same thing when the females in Villa 4 went outdoors on their first day. 2 of the chimps actually went up a tree right outside of their villa. So over time we'll have to see if some of the males end up following suit. They're venturing back down. So as always, we're going to take some more footage. We have some GoPro cameras out in the habitat, and we will post a video of some of the different perspectives, as well as share the link to the Weather Channel story that will be airing in the next week. Thank you so much for staying with us on this exciting day at Project Chimps.